Hello everybody, welcome to Shazzy Geo channel. Today I'm going to talk about something that is about investment in any country for that matter. And we're going to discuss on behalf of American insurance. So today let's get into the topic and dive into small business owners and take it from there. The purpose of today's video is to educate how microeconomic activity within any country helps to secure its population or month-to-month paychecks on the basis of moving in a positive direction for any employees or people who are not unemployed. So basically, if you don't find a job in your country, you're basically starving, in other words, or next to starving. So what we're going to talk about is how financial investment within a country helps to sustain that unemployment issue, which is pretty serious in third world countries. Where there's a lack of investment in any country for whatever the government invests in its country, that is all that population has to resources, in other words. So if a government puts this much amount of money in that country, that's all the whole population has access to. And that's also if you're lucky to get that job, a government job that is. How many small businesses are there in the USA? To answer this question, I did a Google search and I found out basically in United States of America, who has a population of, let's say, 300 million plus. I think it's a little bit more than that. They've got around 33,185,550 small businesses already established. That means if you multiply 33 million generally and multiply if each of those companies or small business owners employs 5 employees, that means they have oversupply of jobs in the United States of America for their 300 million huge population, which is awesome. And that's what we are targeting at. We need investment in any country to make the population sustain itself to pay month-to-month bills on average. That's the idea about small business owners and business owners policy in this topic. And now for the antagonist view, which is pretty negative in my, or in just general opinion. In country Pakistan, where the population is about over 350 million people for a third world nation, I did a Google search again, and we found out that there are less than 5 million businesses already set up. A population that has over 350 million people has only 5 million businesses set up. And how many employees do they employ? We don't know, because everybody doesn't have a base standard hiring policy. In America, you can understand that. So maybe somebody could have 2 people, somebody could have 5 people. So that's how it is. And this is what is reported by SMEs in the last year of 2021 in government of Pakistan. These SMEs make up nearly 90% of exclusive businesses within Pakistan. These enterprises confirm manufacturing units, service industry, suppliers, and startups working in different stages of business life cycle. Now, wonderful people of internet, this is the point where the government doesn't help you out, and then you need private investors to help the population growth to sustain its month-to-month bills. Pakistan doesn't have any of that, and it's pretty sad. Therefore, what American figures, if we compare to Pakistan, 33 million small business owners versus 5 million in Pakistan, I think that's self-explanatory. Another thing I'm going to get into today's topic, I don't know, it's just like, it's like since I just love talking about statistics. I'm a big data analyst and I just love getting into facts and statistics. Another point that I discussed is that in previous with my colleagues is that scaling. There's no scaling in country Pakistan. In Canada, when a baby is born, the Canadian government sets aside until the child is 18 years of age, they provide certain amount of free benefits on a month-to-month basis to their parents until he's 18 years old. Then they stop those benefits. That's money coming in from the government for that little baby. So to cut a long story short, that's what I mean by scaling. In country Pakistan, there's none of this. So where you have a overpopulation of 350 million people, the government doesn't do any planning, there is no financial help, then there is no type of organized infrastructure for any type of organized, buying a land or, making apartment buildings. There's nothing whatsoever. It's like whoever can grab a land, they do it, and they build a building on top of it and they start renting out to people. There is no like if you go in some parts of Pakistan, in these big cities, you'll find huge plots of land, of residential houses. Then you'll find really small, congested, overpopulated, densely populated residents, all grouped, staggered together. So there's no organized structure. In North America, of course, when you make a house, everybody gets that same amount of equal space throughout North America. In Pakistan, it's not like that. You'll find houses here, they're like 4,000 square yards. You'll find houses here, they're 100 square yards, and it goes like between those numbers. So it's pretty scary when you have no scaling. And also the point I want to mention, there's no, when a baby is born in Pakistan, it's up to his mother and father how well he is looked after. That's the point I'm making. So in Canada, you have the government looking after that baby. But here, there's no scaling whatsoever. So the government in Canada already plans ahead. By 15 years of time, when this baby will grow up, we will need a car for this person, we will need a house for this person, we'll need to pay financial support for this person until the age of 18, and we need to provide for university education and whatnot, etc., etc. So there is no scaling in country Pakistan. And the same goes for country India, for Bangladesh, for Sri Lanka, and whatnot, which is pretty sad. And another thing I want to mention is taxes in this country are on the rise. I mean, it's like they're just increasing taxes. The current debt on government in Pakistan is over $33 billion per year. So they don't have the money to feed its people, and then they have huge foreign debt on their shoulders. So that's why they're raising the taxes every week here. So that's another issue. Then they don't have any products to sell in Pakistan. I mean, what products do they have? And I'm going to mention, like Donald Trump said, do you have any products that you can sell? So that was a good question. And I'm not a critic, I'm not into politics, but I just thought I'd mention that. This is the very serious contrast between Indian government and Pakistan government. And then another thing I want to mention, I just thought I'd bring this up because I found out that the current government asked for a loan from IMF for like $500 million. And apparently I found out that I was just sitting and talking and then basically at the office, and then we just did a Google search. And sadly, to find out to our knowledge, this is last week, week of July, third week of July in 2024. Official statistics say the government of Pakistan says the current population of Pakistan is 235 million people. That's false. Because the government of Pakistan wants to make a case to the IMF that they're doing really well, which they're not. So they can't just make falsification reports. So what they do is they change the facts on the ground. And that's why they put the Google population of 235 million people. Which means when the IMF looks at the statistics, oh yeah, there are only 235 million people in country Pakistan now. There's less crime, there's less unemployment, there's less of everything. So they say, hey, current government of Pakistan, here you go, $500 million is yours. You're doing a good job, keep it up, hooray for Pakistan Zindabad. So that's what's happening. And apparently that's not true. The current population of Pakistan is over 350 million people, and it's rising fast. This is just a shortcut to get $500 million from IMF. And that's the contrast between Pakistan and India. India doesn't even talk to the IMF or the US government. They say, hey, you want to invest? Give us $1,000 billion per year. And we're asking for 500 million per year, which is like, wow, it's like 200 times different. And the Indian government gets that much amount of money. And that's why, you know, if you go buy a car in India, you'll get like for 9 lakh rupees, amazing car. And for Pakistan, if you go buy the same model for 25 lakhs, you'll get that car for 25 lakhs. And plus, it won't have all those features that you'll have in that 9 lakh car in India. So wonderful people on the internet. I hope you learned a couple of things of small business owners and where the investment and what happens when you don't invest in your country to the general population. And click like if you like the video, click the red button to see more of the videos on insurance, and keep smiling until we meet again, and happy trails until then. Ta-da from Shadi.